Welcome all. Yes, this is episode 2 of the Ace Heights podcast. What is up? I am your host, El Dominicano, the one and probably not only, but the only Moises that I'll accept, Moises Rijo. I'm here with my esteemed hosts, the one and only, the man, tallest one of us all, as much as it bothers Cairo. Well, Freddie Infante to my right. What's good with you, bro?
Nothing much, man. Just tired as hell, but I'm still keeping up with the grind. Still happy to be here and excited to start.
Fair enough. Yeah, Freddie just came back from a whole day of class, so you know this fellow's almost busted in the brain. And to my left, the ever beautiful, ever narcissistic, not really, actor himself, because you know they always hold themselves in high regard. Cairo. McCoy.
Hello. What's up, guys? I'm ready to get this show started, and you know we got some good topics today to talk about, and you know we're about to have some fun tonight.
Yes. All right, and we have a special guest later in the show, so stay tuned. He will be participating in the gaming section and the anime mock draft. That's gonna be a fun one, fellas. Trust me. It's gonna be a little bit of a lip biter. Let's say that for the least. All right. So the rundown. There's been some breaking news today, so we're acting a little journalistic like today, you know. I got my degree in communication, so I can mimic a journalist real quick. And then we'll talk Creed 3 review. This will be spoiler free. Next week, we'll do a spoiler version of our Creed review. We got more to talk about. There'll be more articles out, more feelers out there. People have more to say. And then our news. And then the mock draft will be last, but definitely not least. So, right before we start, I gotta do a mental health checkup real quick. I know, Freddie, you're tired, but I know you spent some of your day with your girl today, so I know you can't be totally bombastic, right? Some good vibes?
Definitely plenty of good vibes. It's just a matter of getting through the rest of the day when she's not there.
Yeah, bro. That's the middle of semester type energy you're exhibiting, bro. I feel you there. Cairo?
Me, unfortunately, I don't really have any maidens, so
Maidenless energy.
I am no maidens. I am maidenless. So I've just been focused on work and grinding it out and focus on my side also.
Okay. You know me, same old. This podcast, I'm fully committed, so anytime we're here, we start talking, my energy gets invigorated. I got my boy Charles helping me with the podcast. Bless up, Big Black Entertainment. And let's get the show on the road. Don't laugh. All right, guys, so Creed 3. We all saw the movie last week. In fact, we literally saw it right before airing the debut episode of the podcast. Check it out, ladies and gentlemen. And two of us here, me and Freddie, we haven't seen Creed 1 or 2. We only saw 3. Cairo here has seen all 3 movies, so he'll be taking a bit of a lead here. But movie was great. I can grandstand, but as a filthy casual, I can say movie was chef's kiss. Jonathan Majors acted out of his mind. As I was saying in the theater while we were watching it, let Kang cook, and Kang cooked indeed for all you Marvel fans out there. He was amazing. Michael B. Jordan, of course, he's a star. His star power exuberated throughout the film, obviously. Tessa Thompson is brilliant as always. And I don't care for Sylvester Stallone. I've seen all 6 Rocky movies, so I don't say it callously. But it didn't bother me. He wasn't in it. And honestly, as my first Creed movie, I like that it was a modern spin on an historic series. So I gotta say, A-. It's not a masterpiece, but it's great. But it didn't hit me like The Dark Knight hit me, you know? It didn't hit me like Endgame hit me. But it was still beautiful. So I'll give it an A-.
Yeah, I agree with Moises on this one. This was definitely a more modern spin to the boxing franchise, like as a whole. There's plenty of boxing and fighting movies, but as Michael B. Jordan did for his first debut as a director, what he did is that he gave us something very, very much different. We see more of, instead of just the physical things to the fight, we see how it affects him mentally. We see how it dives back into his past, what it's like, what it feels like to step in the ring, and it's just him and another person. We feel like we see and feel the isolation that he feels when he steps into that ring and he's just fighting one-on-one with his former best friend. This was definitely a step up from the last movie. Not to say that the last movie wasn't bad, but it was definitely more. It was more in terms of like the Dark Knight, where the Dark Knight was more of a mental game. The Dark Knight Rises was a physical game. So this movie, however, this was this was a mental game, as previously before it was a physical fight. But I really did love the movie. In terms of which one was the better, I still think Creed 1 is the best one. It's his first time coming up. It's him proving that he could be more than what his father was, and just making a name for himself, not just using his name Creed. Second one, it was okay, but I do believe the third one is better than the second one. And I think the stakes were more personal this time around for him, given that we see Michael B. Jordan was very guilty throughout this entire film, and I think this is definitely Michael B. Jordan's most endearing role that he's done. I think this was definitely his most endearing role, and we see a lot of his acting chops, and it was definitely emotional. So I loved it.
What's your grade, or number grade, or letter grade?
Letter grade, I would say it was I'd say it was a B minus. I give it a B minus only because I feel like
all that and then a B minus.
Yeah, I have to give it a B minus only because
tough crowd.
The final fight, it was a good fight, but I feel as if it kind of just happened really fast. I feel like there was more, like there should have been more, like when Creed fought Drago, if I'm saying his name right. In the second movie,
he's Russian, it's okay.
Yeah, yeah. When he fought him in the second movie, there was more to it on both sides. Creed lost his father to Drago's father, so that was that personal level, and then on top of that, Drago wanted to prove himself to his own father and to himself that he could be better. And when that last scene in the second movie happened, Creed's winning the fight, of course. Spoiler. Creed's winning the fight in the second movie.
Spoilers for Creed 2.
Spoiler for Creed 2 that came out 40 years ago.
I always said spoiler free. What the fuck is that?
Creed 2 spoilies, apologies.
My bad for spoilers for a movie that came out 4 or 5 years ago.
Bro, you never know, bro. Some people could have been trapped in the past, bro.
Of course.
Shit.
But yeah, as Creed's winning the fight against Drago, you see Drago look into the crowd, and you just see like the desperation and the regret. Like this guy is just losing, but he's just looking into the crowd to see his mom, and she just gets up and walks away. Like she's just ashamed of him. Like we didn't get anything like that from Jonathan Major's character. I forgot his name.
Dame Anderson.
Damien. Yeah, we didn't get anything from Damien. The fight just kind of, it was hyped up, and they fought, and he knocked him out.
It sounds like you're grading more the final fight than the whole movie.
Sorry. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Well, we can infer that it's a Creed movie. It's a boxing movie. Hero wins. Not that surprising.
Yeah.
But yeah, spoiler. Good job. Freddie, what you think about the movie as a filthy casual like me?
Yeah, I mean, as a filthy casual, I don't got that much of an opinion on it, other than to say that it was definitely a good watch just to be entertained. I mean, like you said, it's a boxing movie at the end of the day. I do like his own build up, and like the fact that he didn't need other characters to help him as much as like when he first started, knowing that he has so much battle experience and he's hardened over the years. Like his body has like taken a toll and bruises and feel like broken. Yeah, as old man Creed. But at the end of the day, he still gets back in the saddle and he keeps on fucking punching people.
All right, so letter grade, number grade.
Me, I mean, I give it a good 8. I think it's worth the watch, if anything. Even for somebody who's never seen any of the movies, like, let alone even caught up to, like, most of the Rocky films and, like, things that just lead up to it. I still think it's a good, solid watch on its own.
All right. So, Michael B. Jordan, for your first directorial debut, good shit, bro. That shit was a banger. Mm-hmm. All right. So, we will be talking breaking news for gaming and then our anime mock draft. So, I would like to introduce our first guest speaker of the pod. Oh, I've known this man for so long. Me and Freddie have known him for almost 9 goddamn years now. Holy shit. We've gamed with this man for 9 years. And we go months without talking, and the next time we speak to this fella, it's like nothing ever happened. So, without further ado, let me introduce my boy who goes by the nickname of Freefall. Freefall, what's good, bro?
Yeah, what's up, man? Pretty good to be here.
Yeah.
Also, I'd like to point out that he's pretty much right. We like spend like a few months off, like never talk to each other, then come back, and then it's like nothing ever happened. Just right back at it.
It seems, bro. We good. We close. It's just that easy for us. All right, Freefall. So me and you, we're the FGC heads, but all news is good news when it comes to the FGC. And at the Dragon Ball Z World Tour, they announced during the finals that Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 4. They revealed it, they showed gameplay from the first games, and then they showed an in-engine look on Goku turning Super Saiyan Blue. I gotta go with our guest first. How you feel about the reveal, bro?
I'm hyped, and if you remember the transformations in the original game, it's most likely what his transformation is going to be in this game. Like, I'm really, really excited for it, just like a lot of people out there are. It's been like, what has it been? Like almost 15 years
been
or
20
so,
years.
roughly?
It's been 20 to 15, excuse me, 15 years.
16.
16? Okay,
Like,
16 years.
Since Tenkaichi 3?
Yeah.
That's wow.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, by the way, you woke me up when you texted me the other day when you were talking about Budokai 4. And I'm here like,
I woke you up with that text?
Yeah, you did.
Did that catch you by surprise? Did you already know?
Oh, no, I already knew because we've been looking up and I was watching the World Tour Finals, unfortunately. So I already knew, but we didn't bring it up last week just because in case people wanted to experience that vigor themselves. But my sleep schedule's been horrible. That's the only reason why you woke me up, so don't feel bad. But I have to say, we're all kind of on the same boat here. This game's a cool classic. It may not have sold terribly well on some Xenoverse type vibes, but you ain't finding nobody who will say Xenoverse is better than this, and it's free. This game is beautiful. It's a storied history, and it's also low-key partly why Dragon Ball is as popular as it is. As much as people want to dip on gaming, shit's a classic. So, yeah, man, it's beautiful to see that instead of Xenoverse 3 or another movie game, we're getting a certified banger. Unless they screw it up. But we don't got to talk about that. We don't got to bring it up. We trust in Bandai Namco, kind of. So.
Yeah, Tenkaichi 4 game, one thing I will give them credit on is it's still the same studio that's been making Xenoverse and other games, so I can at least trust them that they're not rusty. So...
We'll see. Freddie, what you looking forward to?
Well, I'm at least hoping for a roster of about maybe anywhere from 70 to 110 characters, knowing that Budokai Tenkaichi 3 left off at about 150.
My only problem with that is that a lot of those characters were asset swaps and dumps in Budokai Tenkaichi 3. So it's not that they were all original ideas incorporated. Remember, some of these rush combos is just fellas punching you in the face repeatedly. It's not like it's crazy cinematics with it.
Coming from playing 1, 2, 3, and the undocumented 4 in Spanish that I have, you know, I've been already ahead of the game for a couple of years now. I've been on that Tenkaichi 4 unreleased alpha for a while now, and I gotta tell you right now, I don't mind if it's the same rush combo. To be honest, I prefer the graphical update. if they do change the combo system, then hooray. But other than that, I don't really think it's
I have
needed.
a feeling they won't change it a lot, to be fair. I have a feeling they won't change the combo system too much on most of the characters, and they'll add a little bit more. But they're all, you got to keep in mind, 1, 2, and 3 were all the same assets, same graphics, so they're starting fresh.
Yeah, but
so they're not going to have as many characters.
They're not gonna have as many characters, but at the end of the day, it's just gonna be really like a roster update. Like, expect obviously to be charged full price for this game, but also know that like there's gonna be a bunch of DLC packs just like Xenoverse, and maybe they'll actually somehow work around a created character. Not to mention the story mode from Budokai Tenkaichi 3. It left on the What If Saga, and even before that, it left off on the GT, if I'm still correct. That's as far as the game got. We could still get all of those same sagas plus the Super Saga, and we can even go further beyond Super, which is the name of the actual manga that continues it.
Even further beyond?
No, just further beyond.
That's what it's called?
It's further
beyond?
Further beyond Super.
But that's the name of it.
Yeah. Like, just going past what they've shown us, past Goku Black, past, we might even get Frieza Black.
That's the moral arc and everything.
Yeah, that's the moral arc. That's the Frieza Black arc. That's fucking purple hair Vegeta and UI Master.
One thing I'm hoping.
Yeah, Ultra Ego
thing I'm
Vegeta and like UI Master Goku.
That name is gross, but the only reason why it's not terrible is because that's what Goku says when he turns Super Saiyan 3. So that's the only reason why that phrase gets a pass. That's terrible.
I mean, it is what it is, but I'm just saying in
Yeah,
the sense
no,
of what I'm looking forward to. Like, they all they're really gonna do is add a couple of things here and there, plus the graphical update. And it's like, I don't mind if it's minor tweaks and like additions. I would just like those additions to be like astronomically different. Like, yeah, the story of Dragon Ball Z doesn't change that much, but then you're going from Z to GT to Super,
Well, one
then
thing
you
I'm
gotta.
hoping is, since they're doing a new engine, I'm hoping they don't cop out and just be like, all right, we got a little bit of story from Z and most of it's Super. Like, I hope they still have, because if they do that, it'll give them an excuse to not have as many Z characters and only have a lot of Super characters, like just new characters.
Yeah, but even
Like,
then,
that's what I feel like they might do.
a lot of Super characters don't have full movesets, let alone, not to mention like little appearances. I don't think that calls for a whole character slot. My thing is
But
that
it's as
it
far
would
as the
be.
story is concerned.
No,
They
yeah,
might
as
knock
far as
out
the story
Z
is concerned,
story,
they shouldn't cheapen
shorten
up,
it
though.
down and stuff like that.
Well, no, you would have the core cast, just like every Tenkaichi game. Goku early, Goku mid, Goku end.
I don't think they're gonna do that.
I think it'd be worth it because then you can split up the transformations.
Yeah, but
you're
some of
taking up
those-
less roster
Some
characters.
of those decisions were made because of limited technology back then. That's not going to be as much of an issue now. And
Yeah,
they're
but-
probably going to want to keep it smaller so they can dedicate more to making the game look beautiful and stuff.
Yeah, but then imagine picking Goku and then there's like 7, like you gotta go 7 times to the
That's
right
not the
to get
game's
to
fault.
blue.
That ain't the game's
Let
fault.
alone the fusions after that.
That's Dragon Ball from.
What I feel like they'll do.
No, yeah, but
They'll probably make
you
it
gotta streamline it. You can't just be pressing to the right 9 times just to go all the way to Gogeta. Like, Gogeta has to have his own slot because you guess what? You got Gogeta as a character, you got Super Saiyan Gogeta, and then you got Gogeta Blue.
Yeah.
Not to mention whatever the fuck else might come later on that I haven't seen yet in the manga.
Alright, so Freddie wants roster abundance. Nathan, friend of the show, he didn't want the game to Xenoversity, which I thought was a bit unfounded, but I understand the fear. Cairo,
It's kind of
I
going
don't
there,
want
bro.
any, I don't want any Xenoverse. Like, I don't want a character creation. Like, we're gonna spend, if we get a character creation, we're gonna spend a lot of time like
making it
upgrading.
MMOE and RPG.
Yeah, and then by the time we're not gonna be. Everyone's gonna be playing their character, not the Dragon Ball Z
So,
or Super character.
This next question is geared towards, and it's going to the direction that gaming people don't usually want it to, but deep heads kind of. Cairo, Freefall, you think they're gonna make this game with competition in mind, competitive
Most
FGC?
likely.
Nah.
Most likely, I think so.
Freefall, what do you think?
If they know what's good for them, they'll make it casual like the other ones were and avoid competition.
That I agree on.
That's what they'll do.
Just given
because that's one of the reasons why Tenkaichi is still popular.
Yeah, and just given the hype of it all, like we saw everyone's reaction to this at a tournament, at the World Finals tournament.
That's true.
Fighters.
It was
Everyone
at a
was
tournament.
this is going to be a huge. This is one of the biggest fighting games. Like this is more. This is bigger than honestly the leaked MK12. Honestly, like I'm sorry for the MK fans out there, but people seem to be way more excited for this Budokai Tenkaichi than MK12.
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, that's fair, that's true, but at the end of the day, I still think, and I also agree that like it's gonna stay casual because at the end of the day, it's gonna be a 3D arena fighting game. It's not gonna be any different from the Storms. It's not gonna be any different from the Demon Slayers. Like it's not gonna be that different from those games where it's 1 to 2 button combos and like a couple specials here and there. Let alone Xenoverse.
In all fairness, though, I don't think that we all really want it to be that much different. What we're really just looking for is to continue from Tenkaichi 3.
Right.
That's really all we want.
Keep the core game as it is. Just keep adding to it.
Modernize the spirit of the game.
Exactly. You know, we don't need that much change other than the change the series itself brings. You can leave the core mechanics as is because 16 years back they were still fun and they're still fun today when you emulate it, let alone if you have actual hardware and play it. It's still a good time and enjoyment. My thing is just, you know, you put some oil on the gears and make them brand new. But you don't need to start swapping things, making things competitive. You don't really need that, like, in order to have a thriving community.
All right. I have to admit, fellow audience members, I may have buried the lead, but it's okay because the segue was going to work into it. We got 2 pieces of breaking news to move on from Budokai 4, which of course has no release date. But Suicide Squad. Remember our discussion last week? Freddie already smiling because he cringes about the game. Well, this morning it was announced on Twitter and then multiple publications followed that the game got delayed indefinitely until further notice. And most articles agreed that it was after speculation that the showcase on both State of Play and after their 15-minute demo did not soothe concerns about fan bases, and that's allegedly why they chose to have this delay. Now this delay it seems more like it's going to be to polish the game, because it doesn't sound like they're gonna push it back a whole year to do a full reboot. So it seems like it's mostly to polish, but I know Freddie already salivating to roast this shit. So hit us, boy. What's on your mind, man?
Man, I hope that shit fucking flops. I'm gonna be honest right now. I don't care how much polish you put behind that, it ain't gonna be a good game. If it's live service, it ain't gonna be good. Not to mention, if they should have taken those couple of extra months to add additional content, not fucking polish the game they've been polishing already for months. It could all be alleged, but my thing is just, I'm more worried about the state of how the game's gonna come at launch. I'm worried about that day 1 patch is gonna be bigger than the game itself. And I'm worried how much time we're gonna be able to log into the game for. At the end of the day, how much content can they give us at launch? How long are we gonna really be playing this game? A week, 2 weeks?
Well, you know how Marvel Avengers went.
Yeah. Yes,
I mean that was just, I don't know. That was just a car crash continuing to burn for
I'm one
months.
of the people that kept it alive. I kept Avengers.
You kept feeding them money. That you alone.
I have no shame.
You alone kept that game going.
Proudly, stick your chest out. Listen, stick your chest
I
out.
hope you sticking your chest out too.
I did not spend more than $20 on that game.
He's alright.
Really?
I don't want
skins do
to.
I have compared to you?
You have every single Black Widow takedown
With in-game currency. Yeah, exactly.
Really?
Yes.
We can do the math and see how all that adds up together.
You don't have to, because they continuously give you more when the more characters come up.
Okay.
And some of them are free.
Okay.
Bro, you want to reveal your MCU roster? You want to reveal it right there?
I don't
Are you
have,
gonna be talking?
I have only for Captain America,
Oh, okay. And then
and a little bit of Iron Man. I don't even have everything.
this man is lying.
I had no Spider-Man.
He
I had no
knows
Spider-Man.
he has a Black Widow skin or two.
He
knows he got a couple Hawkeye
from
skins.
in-game currency as well.
Okay.
Now he want to talk about in-game currency. But what happened 3 minutes ago when you said you were the only person keeping it alive, giving it money? What happened?
I meant keeping it alive as in playing online, not giving them my money.
Wow, logging in hours. What a champion.
Yes.
Login hours does not keep it alive, man.
What you gotta say about your new baby that's already looking like it's coming out premature?
I'm glad. I'm actually happy. Like of course I'm disappointed because it's the Suicide Squad and you're fighting like the concept itself. It's it's cool. You're fighting the Justice League, but I am glad that like this is most of me is glad that it's being delayed because that battle pass system needs to go.
That's not gonna go nowhere.
Yeah,
I think it will.
It's glued in already.
I agree with Freddie. I don't think they're gonna remove it.
You really think so?
I think that is a WB decision. I don't think that's a Rocksteady decision.
When they announced the delay, they said the delay was due because of
criticism,
fan backlash.
I agree.
Of the game. The main backlash they've been getting is the battle pass system. They were getting that heat for like a month before they released the last demo. So they're not blind, they're not stupid. They didn't when they said they're delaying the game. They gave no time frame. They said later this year.
Yeah, it's indefinite.
So that's almost damn near a whole year that the game is getting delayed. They're gonna remove that battle pass.
They're not gonna remove because they're gonna find a way to charge you somehow, some way. They gonna get
DLC and stuff.
Nah. It's not gonna be DLC. It's not gonna be DLC.
I think it's gonna be DLC.
It'll be expansions.
I agree with Freddie, but I hope you're right. I agree with him, but I hope it's
they're most likely gonna do like the season pass thing, like.
But I'm afraid that the big execs they're not gonna let them do that. I think that's not a card they're willing to.
I think they are, especially after the backlash and after everything. Like I think they are, but also, I think they're also gonna do like a season pass, like the season of infamy for Batman. Like I think they're gonna go.
Yeah, if they remove that, they'll definitely do the season.
Yeah, they're gonna find a way to charge.
They're gonna EA it up somehow.
That's whatever, fine. But they're gonna do that. I feel like they're gonna get rid of the battle pass. They're gonna add. They're gonna take out that stupid option or. Well, that forced thing where it's just only you have to be online to play the game because
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. You saying that
you're
going
pontificating a bit, though.
No.
I don't think that I am because I'm saying like this is if the game got delayed for the amount of backlash that they're getting, it makes sense that the backlash they're working on is the main two things that everyone has a problem
facts. With. But we're in a world where facts don't always lead to true results.
You could be right.
So I would urge caution.
You could be right. But
Freefall, you got anything to share about this? Because I know you haven't really been on it like that. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
I wasn't finished. But
we'll let you get back in. You know you got way more words to say. Don't worry, I got that in mind.
All I gotta say is that it's like. I'm pretty sure they're going to keep it online. I'm pretty sure it's going to be an online service. If they're not going to remove the battle pass, but they might change it a bit, but they're not going to remove it. It's going to stay. And I'm just hoping that they actually keep up with in-game content where Avengers was lacking. That's where I'm hoping.
That's the hope for all these live service games, though. That's my fear that they're gonna fall under the pressure yet again, because it seems like it just happens with all of them.
I'm just hoping they focus very heavily on the in-game content, and that's what I'm gonna say.
All right, Cairo.
No, I don't have anything else. I don't have anything else.
Keep hope, bro, because people like you will possibly make the game better.
No, it's not hope. It's just that's what I think, and I'm glad they're taking their time.
Listen, bro, I hope you're right, because.
I'm right too.
Because we already know where DC stands in the movie world. We already know that they need to step it up. They on some YouTube got no competition type of agenda where they're just constantly fumbling the bag.
I mean, I do hope we do. I hope we still get the beta soon, at least a couple months, or at least at the time it was supposed to be released. I do hope we get the beta then, because I would like to try this game out. I would like to see more of this game. But yeah. That's my final thoughts.
All right.
Who is making the game?
I just want to get my final thought on
Rocksteady is developing the game Freefall. Yeah.
So it's like a 50-50 if it's going to be good. Okay.
I don't even think it's a 50-50. Here's my final take on it. No matter how much you wish that there's going to be no store, there's going to be no battle pass, they never promised anything, and they're not going to start making promises now. That battle pass is staying. That store, oh, you bet your ass it's staying. They gonna nickel and dime you any way they can by selling you cosmetics and shit you don't want.
We'll see.
Not to mention, there's gonna probably be a premium currency. Most definitely.
Let's just hope that this
believe,
premium
bro.
currency is easy to get.
Nah, man, it ain't gonna be easy to get. You know how it goes with every fucking pay-to-win service.
All right, guys, on a lighter note, the second piece of news that came out, Resident Evil 4 Shadow dropped a demo today. Not even 3 hours ago. Nobody saw this coming. As far as I'm aware, no, there wasn't great push around making sure this demo was gonna come out. And it is only 2 weeks before the game is out. Also, same day that John Wick comes out. So, usually we wouldn't have much worries, but we have a hawk here. Someone who was on the prowl, who was ready for this in anticipation.
Me.
So we have live first-hand reaction to the game, while the rest of us are left just pondering. So please, Kylo, how was that demo?
So like I said last week, I'm a sucker for Resident Evil 4. I'm a sucker for Leon Kennedy. I love me some Leon Kennedy all the time. And I got a taste of him today, and he was
Pause, bro. Hold the comma, hold the period, hold it all, bro.
I'm just saying that I got a feel of him.
Yeah, you sure did. Huh?
I did. And you watched, didn't you? You did watch.
Unfortunately, I did. I was there.
You store scavenger. Shut up, bro. Get to your point. Get to your point.
I'm trying to get there. I'm telling you that I got a feel. I got hands-on. My first hands-on impression on Leon, and he felt great, better than ever. Playing the game. The parry system feels so amazing. It's very relatively easy. I thought it was going to be hard when I first saw it, but it's actually really easy. It feels great. The sound effects, the sound of the gun feels better than ever. Shooting, and of course they made the demo one of the most. I never completely finished Resident Evil 4, but I did play the beginning of Resident Evil 4, the original one, and I have to say they did start the demo off with the best part and the best intro of the original game, and that's when you're going into the village for the first time and you get surrounded and you get mobbed by all the zombies. I forgot
the villagers.
The villagers. They have a specific name in
the Ganados.
Yeah, it was fun. It was amazing. I loved it, and I can't wait to play some more of it when it comes out on March 24th. This was more of just a flex. Like, the game's already done, but this is just the hype. This
demo drop this late into the game, it just feels like they know they got a certified banger, so they're just dropping it to make fellas want to thirst and salivate.
It's gonna be a certified hood classic. Come on now.
Now,
I gotta say, what's the point of dropping a demo like fucking 2-3 weeks before the game?
It's just for clout, because they know it's a banger, so they know it's gonna hit.
For people who didn't even play it or who weren't interested of it at all. They might see a free demo on the PlayStation Store. They see the demos out and they start playing it. And it's like, oh, this is really fun. It feels good. The combat's great. The parry system's great. I mean, this is definitely a step up from Resident Evil 2, because Resident Evil 4, so I've heard, was always the horror and action element of the game. So if you're looking for an action and adventure game, Resident Evil 4 is the game. If you're looking for a horror game, Resident Evil 4 is also the game. So this is definitely going to appeal to a lot more people and a more broader audience when it comes to gamers and stuff. So
those Leon and his corny ass one-liners, bro. Capcom, you think you're cute when you do that shit. It's only funny because it's bad. It's not funny because it's good.
Come on. What was the line that he said? I forgot.
Bro, well, the last line where the demo ended.
Yeah.
Really?
I forgot. I already forgot it, but I started laughing. Oh man.
Play the demo. Y'all find out. Y'all agree with
It's
me
bad.
or him? You got two
It's
choices.
pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
Those one lines.
You gotta love that Resident Evil writing.
That's
You
the
gotta
problem.
love it.
Yeah, no, I agree. Unfortunately.
I gotta say right now, I'm hoping that there's like some Devil May Cry move or something that he could do, or like a Mega Man Buster that he could get. Like if you New Game Plus it, there has to be more like Capcom like gimmicky things that like cute little additions when you like New Game Plus it, or when you beat it in the hardest difficulty. I think that was something that was very important to like OG Resident Evil 4 with the reward system for however many times you beat the game, and based on the difficulty that you beat the game. Like you got rewarded with like Capcom like moves from other IPs and stuff. Like use like a Hadouken or something. Or like he does like a Tatsumaki on a zombie instead of like a pile drive.
Bruh.
They should make Frank West the skin.
That should be a thing too. I mean, hey, Capcom
He
IPs all the
does
way.
fantastic.
Oh, it was bingo. It was like, oh, where's everyone's going? And they play bingo. That was his line. It was bad. Resident Evil. The writing is not great. But
Same line from 2004, baby.
That's the same line.
It's the same line from 2004. That's what he says.
Keep
Where's
it
everyone
original.
going? Must be bingo night.
Yeah, that's.
Crispy 2004 writing. Gotta love it. Gotta hate it.
Bingo night.
All right.
And terrible locations.
Resident Evil 4 remake will come out in 2 weeks. Like I said, same day as John Wick movie. We will be covering that movie as well. Be on the lookout. All right, back to the world tour, because unbelievably, as I mentioned last week, they announced Budokai 4 in the finals. They did not give an update on rollback. Allegedly, only Steam, will have a rollback beta test in the spring. But no word on when this supposed patch, and will also be a balance patch, will come out for Dragon Ball FighterZ. And listen, last Evo, they announced this rollback. That is 2021, August. No, that's not even last year, that's 2 years ago.
Yeah.
My bad. It is 2023. Still no word on rollback. And listen, Cairo's been arguing with me that Guilty Gear servers right now are at the lowest it's ever been, and I don't disagree. But we all know, if y'all in the FGC or y'all play fighters, y'all know that it is only the population is the reason why your experience is not as bad. Because late night, if you're getting home or something and you're trying to play against someone who lives in Philly, you're good. But in the weekends, or maybe when it's 4 a.m., 5 a.m. if you nerding type shit, and you try facing someone from Japan, Lord have mercy. Free fall, we've played so many matches on fighters. It has to disappoint you that there is still no rollback.
So what's funny is Fighters has always had this issue when you're playing with people where you start to experience a severe lag if you keep rematching. Like when you finish a match, if you don't wait a couple seconds and you just immediatly rematch, it'll probably lag you really hard, or even lag you out.
Stack the delay.
Which is pretty good.
You finish a fight with like 5 delay frames. You don't, and then you rematch right off the bat. You're starting off with 10.
If you get
the next
like a lot of delay frames,
it stacks.
you need to wait on that rematch. Yeah, it will stack, and it'll keep stacking until it lags you out. But as far as the delay is concerned, like they've been promising this for so long. I feel like at this point, even if it does come, by the time it does come, fighters probably won't be popular enough for them to support it.
Shit,
I feel like they've just been dragging their feet.
I mean, maybe, but with Budokai 4, there might not even be a Fighters 2, so this
there has to be a Fighters 2. Come on now, Bandai Namco gotta make a game every year.
Well, remember, we got Dragon Ball Breakers last year, so clearly they'll push shit out of their ass just to fan the flame.
Yo, DBD, stop talking about that. Stop talking about that by daylight. We don't talk about that game. We don't talk about that. I don't want to hear about Dragon Ball
The
Breakers.
Dragon Ball Z Dead by Daylight. Yep.
No,
I'm
I'm not wasting gigabytes worth of space in my
I
life.
saw Hook Gang out, shout out. I just free shout out by the way. I saw him play Dragon Ball Breakers for 45 minutes. He had Krillin, and Cell Jr. on his team. I never seen a faster uninstall in my life.
The dream
when the
team.
whole team got wiped out by one Cell Kamehameha.
What did they think was gonna happen? 2 Krillins and a Cell.
But I don't. Listen, man. Listen. You play the game and let me know the strats to success.
Like 2 Krillins are gonna make a major difference.
You play the game and let me know the strats to success.
I mean, shit, Krillin was almost strong enough to beat Vegeta. Come on, man.
Oh my god. Okay. You talking about the Sand arc?
Yeah, bro.
That's the only time it's
With Jarirobo's fucking soul.
Yeah, so
Come
Cairo,
on now, bro. He almost stabbed him with that shit.
Cairo,
He was on 0 HP, 1 HP.
Yeah, he had him on 1 HP in a dream, bro. Not even a rock or a sensu beam could have done the job.
Cairo, besides Freefall, you probably have the second most minutes on Fighters Online. This delay, I mean,
I really don't think it's that. Like, it's annoying, of course, but I've been playing Guilty Gear a lot recently. And
You hear this, casual? Right away, I've been playing Guilty Gear. Don't even want to talk about fighters. Don't even want to bring that
it's
up.
not Cairo's fault.
I played Fighters for like 4 years, so I mean, like, I played it
in college dormitory internet.
Yeah, and I was playing it all through 2020, all through 2021, and then I stopped.
And he loves that delayed base code. Oh,
Delayed
he
base net
can't
code.
get enough of that.
Listen, Fighters team, your game is beautiful. But besides this last patch, which made lab code busted, y'all need to get her and the netcode patch situated. So figure it out, because the game still has
When's
some
the
luck.
cross
What kind of
platform
balances
coming
though
out?
they'd be adding anyway?
Don't bring that up.
Like, what would they balance in fighters?
This
said
Dallas
that they were,
21, and we'll get back to talking. I'll start dating you again. All right, real quick, the last topic before our anime mock draft. Me and Freefall kind of had the discussion because, as I mentioned last week with the state of fighting games, it's kind of down bad right now, and a huge proponent of that is Arc System Works. Now, these guys have made beautiful, great games. Fighters is one of them. They've made the Blaze Blue fighting game series. They've also had their hand in Guilty Gear. And as of recently, within the last 6 years, they've done Dragon Ball Fighters, Guilty Gear Strive, and DNF Duel. And also Blaze Blue Cross Tag. We're afraid that ArcSys, you might have spread yourselves a bit too thin, because DNF, dead on arrival. Grand Blue, that's another game that came out. I completely forgot
DNF
about
did
it.
not finish.
Which is an indictment on Grand Blue. Dead a month after arrival, we'll give it some credit. Guilty Gear is not dead, but it's not looking great. The servers right now are down bad, but in terms of numbers in grassroots and tournaments, it's slipping in terms of notoriety. And in fighters, we all know how the meta is right now.
Didn't they make Multi Blood too?
They did not make Multi Blood. Multi Blood is the Under Night fellas.
Ah,
But
I
that
thought
game-
ArcSys as well.
That's French bread.
I
They
played
make
that
all the
game.
noise.
It's not
But that
bad.
game also died in arrival. So, guys, we got any tips for ArcSys? Like something to let y'all know, either stay on 1 or 2, or maybe just don't take all these goddamn contracts you have for all these gacha games and make them into a fighting. Because ain't nobody asked for DNF Duel, and it shows. So, y'all gotta help ArcSys out. They looking at you for approval.
I got nothing to say about that. I mean,
Looking at it.
I got too many fighting games on my list already, so I'm not even worried about nothing they doing. So.
Damn. God damn, Mark.
You know, now that I really think about it, there are a lot of fighting games in the past couple of years, and it feels like it's kind of oversaturated. It's kind of like how we were with first-person shooters back in the late 2000s, early 2000s,
Zombie games,
like early
Always
2010s.
something.
We were so oversaturated with first-person shooters.
Yeah, we were.
So
I mean, I got a take on that. Basically, I think that they gotta just not take as many products or contracts at once, just because like there's no need to have a small team unless you're gonna constantly keep hiring more and more people that can bring that same amount of talent and then take on multiple projects. I don't think it's worth tarnishing the reputation and goodwill that you've gotten through the popularity of making so many like beloved fighting games in the anime fighting community. I also think that at some point, I think they have to go for that dream contract if they could ever get it, where it should be that they make like the next Marvel versus Capcom or something, or they make a Capcom versus like a Arxis game or something like that, like a Blaze Blue versus
Be pretty
Capcom.
sick.
I think they should get into that and into like some talks via Capcom.